Thank you. So, why Springfield?
I get asked that a lot, and I choose to live here because Springfield is a place that I can enjoy the life I want.
I love the outdoors.
You can be on the lake in just a short drive.
It only takes me 10 minutes to get to work.
Or off to anywhere in the world.
I know my kids will be safe and well educated.
There are really good job opportunities after graduation.
I'm able to work remotely and create on a high level.
The healthcare options in this area are incredible.
The options for housing and cost of living are so affordable.
We have room to create.
I love to experience the excitement of sports.
Can't beat the food.
Or the drinks.
Why Springfield? Because all the pieces you need to create your own story are here. The only thing missing is you.
Well, there are many great veterans organizations that help our wounded warriors. It's invisible wounds that go unrecognized, leading to addiction, brokenness, and often suicide. The Warriors Journey is a nationally recognized veterans nonprofit headquartered here in Springfield, Missouri. Our programs have helped over 15,000 warriors face those invisible challenges, saving thousands of lives and restoring countless families. No paperwork, no red tape. Learn more at twj.org or text us at 213-TWJ-HELP. Bye, honey. We love you.
How do you become the person you're really meant to be? How do you reach beyond what you thought was possible? The answer isn't about the destination. It's in the journey. It starts when you become part of something bigger. When you join a community that works together to lift each other up. A place where you form lifelong relationships and encounter life-changing experiences. It all starts when you go beyond. At Drury University, we take a personalized approach in combining hands-on learning, meaningful mentorship, and real-world results to make sure you have every opportunity to succeed in both your life and career. Maybe it's fusing your passion for research with your devotion to caring for others, or turning your love of learning into a lifetime of teaching. Maybe it's realizing a busy life doesn't mean you have to give up on your lifelong dreams, or using music to do something more than just entertain, or combining your entrepreneurial spirit with your affection for the arts. The path you take is up to you, but you won't be alone. Along the way, you'll receive mentorship from faculty who take the time to understand you, whether it's staying after class to look over an assignment or just hanging out during office hours. Your journey starts here, but the Drury experience goes beyond the boundaries of the classroom and around the world. So get outside your comfort zone, join a club, play a sport, get loud, take center stage. Ask to have class outside just because you can. Fuse your brightest ideas with your best memories. And if you get knocked down, get back up. We'll be here for you. This is your journey. This is where you belong. Look around. This is where you become who you're meant to be.
Today will not be easy. But you did not choose the easy path. Easy is not who we are. We are Drury!
You will be tested every minute that you are out there. And you will be better for it. We are Drury!
There's no time for fear in this room. When I look in your eyes, I see focus. I see intensity. I see an unrelenting desire to be unstoppable.
You have been waiting for this moment, and your moment is here. Who are we? We are Drury!
Who are we? We are Drury! Who are we? We are!
And live from Brightspeed Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. Well, it's not the opening games of the season because we missed those last week, but hello everybody, Steve Casson along with Scott Lutsky and our cameraman who we're going to have a few cameramen this weekend as we're getting ready for these games this weekend. And again, thanks for joining us. Yes, I was on special assignment last week. Thanks to Jeremy Law for not telling everybody that I was in Cancun. Special assignment, as you say. But we're here. We're ready for hockey season, so we're glad that you are joining us as we get ready for Panther hockey from the Big Slice broadcast booth. Let's take a look at the pregame report. And as you look at the Drury Panthers, ranked number 9 in the 25-26 ACHA Division I preseason poll, the Panthers swept the University of Central Oklahoma last weekend by a count of 6-0 and 6-2. And if you look at the game last weekend, Joseph Kuchaslo with a shutout, stopping 22 of 22. And for Kuchaslo, His record, though, is career high. 41 shots. He stopped 40 of 41. A 5-2 victory over Iowa State back on December 6th of 2024. So that's the record he needs to get to, but he got the win last weekend in opening night. Daniel Beaupre had 2 goals and 2 assists. Devin Jamieson also with a goal and an assist. And then in Game 2, a 6-2 victory. Luke Aston with a goal and 3 assists. And Grady Sterling-Ponish with a goal and an assist. One of the newcomers for the Drury University Panthers. They did finish last season at 28-3. If you remember, the Panthers had several long winning streaks of 13, streaks of 11, and they had a couple of losses towards the end of the season, which I'm sure head coach Jeremy Law would like to have those back, including one of the losses against Division I teams in nationals. Now, they went 2-1. They were 1 game away from making it to the Final Four. They had a 3-0 win over Westchester. Kuchaslo with a shutout, 23 shots he stopped, and an assist he also had in that game. KT Walters with a goal. And then a 4-0 loss to Minot State. Sandwiched in between that, though they did have a victory over the University of Utah to give them their second win going into that final game against who was then ranked number 6, I believe, Minot State. Joseph Kuchaslo stopping 36 of 40. And we'll talk to several players this weekend. Almar Garcha, Lucas Ravenstein, a new one for the Panthers, Francis Young-Menard, and Nolan Bosher on Saturday. And we'll talk to some of the players, including the ones that experienced that last season. Now, speaking of firsts for the Drury Panthers, they are going to be playing their rival, their in-house rival, Missouri State, for the first time in team history, December 5th and 6th at home. They'll be the home team. Well, the Panthers, it's the 4th season in team history for Drury, 2nd at Division I. Last year they finished 17-9-2. Take that back. In 2023-24, they finished 17-9-2, their last season in Division II. Let's look at some of the leaders for the Panthers. And again, stats early on right now, averaging 3 points a game with 2 goals and 4 assists. Luke Aston, that is. He has a 2-game goal streak, 3 assists versus Central Oklahoma in Game 2. And last season, 17 goals, 22 assists. Second for the Panthers. That is Daniel Beaupre. In 2 games, 4 points, 2 goals, 2 assists, 2-game point streak. 2 goals against Central Oklahoma on the 5th of September and 2 assists on the 6th. Last season, 9 goals, 28 assists. Third for the Panthers. Devin Jamieson, 2-game point streak and an assist streak. 2 goals, 1 assist back in the 2025 Nationals, and he had 13 goals, 10 assists last season, 3 points, averaging 1.5 points per game. Matthew Johnston is 4th, 2-game point and assist streak, had a goal and an assist versus Central Oklahoma on September 6th. 12 goals, 11 assists last season for him. This season, he's averaging 3 points and 1.5 points a game. We'll look at the 5th leading scorer for the Panthers, Anmol Garcha, who we'll talk to first intermission. 2-game point streak, 2 goals, 1 assist at the Nationals last season. 13 goals, 23 assists last year, averaging a point a game. We'll look now at the goaltending. And 2 players have seen time. We mentioned Kuchaslo, he's 1-0 with a shutout. And Brett Sweet in Game 2. He has a 2.0 goals against average and an .882 save percentage with that 6-2 victory. He's 1-0 on the season. Look at the visitors now. And as you see there, Kuchaslo will start tonight, by the way. University of Louisville ranked 10 in the ACHA Division II Southeast rankings. They are 2-0 after a sweep of Northern Illinois September 5th and 6th. In Game 1, a 5-2 victory. Jonathan Patch, a goal and an assist. Brendan Hilinski with a goal and 2 assists. And then a 6-4 victory in Game 2. Noah Malcolm, 2 goals and an assist. Andrew Bro with also a tally and 2 assists for him. In Division II, in the Tri-State Collegiate Hockey League, they went 29-5 last season, 1-1 at the Division II Southeast Regional. They had a 4-3 victory over University of North Carolina Chapel Hill. Malcolm had a couple of goals, Jack Bowers and Nico Anestis with a goal each. And then a 4-1 loss to Kentucky, one of their rivals. They want to get some wins against Kentucky this season, as I've seen on their social media. Patch with a goal, and Helinski also with an assist in that game. A couple of highlights from last season. Andrew Murray, 5 power play goals. Robert Bird with 4 game-winning goals. And Luke Brzezinski with 1 shutout last season and a .917 save percentage as he finished the season. Top 5, as I mentioned earlier, Andrew Bro with 5 points. Jonathan Patch also has 5. Noah Malcolm with 4. Brendan Helinski with 3 points. Nick Beeman also with 3 points and 3 assists this season. Look at the goaltending now. And starting tonight, Luke Brzezinski, 1-0 with a 2.0 goals against average and a .943 save percentage. Backup will be Ryan Melanson. He also has a win this season. The matchups between these two teams as we look at the Panthers at 2-0. The Cardinals also at 2-0. The Panthers, well, they have the more goals, 12-11. Goals against, they lead in that category, including the goal differential. But on the power play by percentage, 50% for the Cardinals. Penalty kill, 75% for the Panthers, 50% for the Cardinals. That's tonight's matchup as we get for Game 3 between these two teams, albeit they'll be playing at home for the Drury Panthers, and on the road are the University of Louisville Cardinals. It is time to head on down to Kevin Klein, public address announcer here at Brightspeed Ice Park, for the introduction of the on-ice festivities.
And your Drury University Panthers!
Your official scorekeeper and clock operator this evening is Ryan Robb. Tonight's officials, Mark Marzola and Dan O'Very, your referees. Linesmen, Matt Wells and Griffin Green. Penalty box officials, Danny McIntyre and Paul Higdon. And our music director is the princess of the playlist, Jaden Robb. And now for tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Cardinals. At left wing, number 16, Andrew Murray. At right wing, number 26, Andrew Nugent. At center, number 19, Andrew Brow. At left defense, number 20, Josh Nardi. At right defense, number 3, Brendan Helinski. In goal, number 35, Luke Brzezinski. The Cardinals' head coach is Brian Graham, assistants Sam Zaritsky and Louis Abinator.
Who is that? Who's in there?
Hello, Louisville. We're neighboring states. However, we're anything but friendly.
He scores! He scores! He scores!
You're about to find out. Because now that you're here, you want to play a game.
And now, Panthers fans, get loud as we meet the starting 6 for your Drury University Panthers! At left wing, a sophomore from Nelson, British Columbia, Canada, number 39, Joe Davidson. At right wing, a sophomore from North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, number 8, Daniel Bowbray. At center, a sophomore from Canmore, Alberta, Canada, number 20, Jared Gale. At left defense, A freshman from Surrey, British Columbia, Canada, number 6, Lucas Ravenstein. At right defense, a sophomore from Eston, Saskatchewan, Canada, number 4, Levi Brewer. And in goal, a sophomore from Mission, British Columbia, Canada, number 30, Joe Kuchaslow.
The Panthers are joined tonight by 8-year-old Scott Talmadge, a third grader at Phelps Gifted Education and a participant in the Ice Cubs program. The Panthers are led by head coach Jeremy Law, assistant coach Cliff Cook. The Panthers athletic trainer is Sarah Robinson, and strength coach is Corey Roy. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to continue standing if you're able, and gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh boy, we are ready for game number 3 of this early season for the Drury Panthers. 2-0 as I mentioned on the season, so they're 2-0 at home. 12 goals for, they've only given up 2 this season. Panthers ranked number 9. This is the 3rd year for head coach Jeremy Law and assistant Cliff Cook. They formerly were head coach for about 6 years with Missouri State. So they've moved to a same tenant in this same building, and this year they're going to play each other for the first time. That will take place December. It is going to be the last games of December between Missouri State and Drury. The 5th and the 6th. So we are ready to go. This between Drury and Louisville, and quickly the Panthers bring it into the zone. Chased down by Jared Gale, but turned around the other way and back out to center ice. Panthers quickly, they move it up ahead. Over to the right side to Joe Davidson, look for a centering pass. It's deflected away and sent all the way down. Chased by Daniel Beaupre. 2 goals, 2 assists for him, 4 points already this season. Puck taken away by Louisville, and the Cardinals will send in a shovel pass by Andrew Nugent, and it goes behind the net. They pick it up, Cardinals do, drive in, and a good block by the Panthers. They come out 3-on-2. Now to Beaupre. He gets around an inadvertent trip, left side now, drive, and it just missed wide as Grady Sterling-Ponich was able to make the shot look good as everyone was trying to change up there. Deflected puck comes in. First inadvertent save by Brzezinski. Puck taken away up off the glass and cleared all the way down. Icing will be the call. All of that happening in a minute 6. Face-off is back in the Louisville zone. First year at Division I for Louisville. You say all teams will suffer through that first-year jitters, but you kind of wonder, Drury did not last year. They finished with a phenomenal record, 28-3. Here is Noah Malcolm with a drive in, sticked into the corner by Kuchaslo. 18.5 to go in the period. Puck is cleared out to center ice and sent right back in by Malcolm. 2 goals, 2 assists for him this season. One of them was a power play goal. In fact, actually, he has a game-winning goal to his credit. 18-12, and the puck continues to roll, or the clock, that is. So does the puck. Either way, a drive comes in, missing wide. Helped by Brzezinski, wide of the net. Puck is deflected off of a skate and out to center ice, and the Panthers will gain possession. Well, they had it for a moment at the blue line, taken away. Grabbed by Tyler Dutroux, and back out, where it'll be regathered once again by Louisville. They send it all the way down, didn't hit anybody. Icing will be the call. And now those same players that tried to jump off the bench are going to have to come right back on the ice. 17:41 to go in the period. Shots 2-1, and that on the scoreboard favors Louisville. Panthers win. Drive comes in. It's loose after the shot by Russell Kozik was sent right in front of the goaltender, Brzezinski, and he was able to move it away. Now Anmol Garcha, third in scoring last season. Puck comes up, now to the right side to Garcha. He shoots on, and a low along the goal line angled shot is held on to by Brzezinski. Luke last season, 10-5-2, 2.83 goals against average, and a .917 save percentage. He also played in the M2 All-Star Challenge. He was 0-1 in that game. Makes a save here. The puck goes behind the net, and it'll be taken by one of the newest players, Tyson Horchaka. Goes to Jamison St. Clair. His pass hit a skate. It was deflected off of Joshua Nardi of Louisville, and it's out to center ice. Panthers will regain left side. Across the line, O'Rourke had it, lost it, spun around behind the net. Off to the near side now, and it's grabbed in and held in by Francis Young-Menard. Puck deflected away out to center ice. Young-Menard tips it ahead, and it went off of the stick of a Louisville player. That was Nico Anestis. And by the time he was able to get control, he actually sent it across the ice. Nobody there to connect with him. We get stoppage and play here. Face-off will come back into the Panthers zone where the puck was originally shot from. 16:32 remains in the period. So these two teams have seen their first action last weekend. They had 2 games to get all the butterflies out. This is our first action here on Web Sports Radio in a while, many months. So far, so good. Puck now flipped in by St. Clair. 1 goal this season. Got that in game 1. Now Jared Gale. He puts a check on Malcolm. Dug out by Zima, and it's out to center ice, right out of the left side to Murray. Went off of Andrew Murray and all the way around into the Panthers zone. Now to Lucas Ravenstein, one of the newest members of the team. We'll talk to Ravenstein. He will be our second period intermission guest. Panthers with it. Right side to Brewer, sends it up top, and a drive. It's blocked. Watch out. Here comes Bro. Now the Panthers get back. Daniel Beaupre is able to steal. And as a partial line change materializes for the Panthers, puck taken away. And Brendan Helinski will send it all the way down for the Cardinals. Another icing. Puck comes back into Louisville, into the ice once again. A lot of hockey action happening. We'll get to some of the other action that we'll be covering on Web Sports Radio as Missouri State's Division I team will play tomorrow. They'll have a 2 o'clock game and then a noon on Sunday game. We'll have those for you here on Web Sports Radio. Or WSR as we're trying to move to. Here's Punich with a drive save. It's blocked and deflected as Nick Beeman tried to find it. And the Panthers got a hold of it, and it gets deflected up and out of play. I mentioned that games tomorrow, the St. Louis Junior Blues will come in for Missouri State. And then at 6 o'clock, it's these same two teams, Drury and Louisville. In fact, the Panthers do not come back home until Davenport on September 27th. Meanwhile, whistle, stoppage, and play here, and a couple of players trying to figure out where they're going after the game. On the save by Brzezinski. 5th shot. He has faced thus far. Panthers with it again. Sterling Punich. His attempt is taken away and sent in on a line drive by Jonathan Patch to the glove of Joseph Kuchaslo, and the southpaw will hold on to that one. 14:43 to go in period number 1, and shots 5-2. They favor the Panthers. Face off to the right of Kuchaslo. His right, left as you look at it on WSR. Drury across the line. Working it down is Luke Aston. Taken away from him. Shot comes in left side, and coming right through to put some pressure is Taylor Haggerty, one of the newer players for the Panthers. Not having any of it was Brzezinski. He made the save and said, don't do that again. Draw again, won by the Panthers. Aston has it. He's hounded by Jack Bowers. Coming right off the back of the boards is Haggerty with it. He gets a drive in. It's blocked in front by Cameron Morrow, and it's out to center ice. Panthers retrieve. They bring it across the line. Garcha with it. He gets pushed off the play. Good work there by Bowers. Now down in low to Haggerty. Young Menard with it. Francis looking for some help, gets it up top, a drive that's blocked by as Aston got the shot. Now it comes to Robert Bird, has it right side, shoots in, and a save, the rebound behind the net. Panthers still looking for some control. Haggerty with it, can he clear? He does, gets it just in front of the Drury bench, and here come the Panthers. Garcha with a drive in, save, it's loose, and another cover up by Brzezinski. The angle that we're at, I know at center ice it's hard to see, but the angle we're at is on the far side, and it went underneath Brzezinski. It was rolling back towards the net, and he was able to make the save. Draw one again. This time taken by Louisville. Comes off to the corner, kept in by the Panthers. St. Clair, he'll work it down low. Trying to get it to the far side to Horchaka. It comes right out in front, and it just missed. Tipped wide by the Panthers' Jackson Truchon, playing his first full season with the Panthers. Puck comes up, drive up high, and it missed. Looking for that was Jamison St. Clair. Taken away by Tim Holton of the Cardinals. Puck is out to center ice, and the Panthers will set it up once again. Drury with about a 98% Canadian squad. They have St. Clair from Atkin, Minnesota. And Farmington Hills, Michigan is where Truchon is from. And I believe that's it. Everybody else is a Canadian citizen. Here come the Panthers. Sadownik, drive in. It's blocked. Another block by Nugent. Nugent trying to get past Beaupre. He does and sends it all the way, at least across the line, where a drive comes in by Bro. And a good save, the rebound far side. 12-10 to go in the period. Shots 8-3 in favor of Drury. You can argue they're not quality shots, though. They're on net, but not what the Panthers, I think, need. They really need to get Brzezinski moving. 5'11", 185 he's listed at. But he plays the angles very well. Here come the Panthers across the line. Gale with it. He's checked by Nugent. Comes to the half boards. Worked down in by Joe Davidson. No points yet in a couple of games. Young Menard had it, lost it, tipped out by Murray. All the way down by the sophomore from Noblesville, Indiana. Puck comes up to Bowers. Stolen by the Panthers. 2-on-1 out in front. Trying to get a shot was Beaupre, and a good block in front by Helinski. Now Cameron Morrow with it. Looking out in front with a shot in, and he missed it wide. Rebound comes into the near side to Malcolm. 10:59 to go in the period. Panthers have it. They might have a, well, it's a 2-on-2. Now it's a 2-on-3. Out in front, Beaupre with a drive. It may have hit the equipment of Brzezinski. Either way, it didn't go in. Big hit in front of the Panthers bench. That was Lucas Ravenstein putting a hit on. Funny because we'll talk about that. Said he's not that big of a guy, but he doesn't mind putting the body on a player, and he just did. 10:30 to go in period number 1. Shots 8-5, no score here. Puck driven down. Joshua Nardi, but Walters steals for the Panthers. Drive comes in, missing wide and high. That was by Ravenstein. Right side kept in. Good block and a deflection. Cameron Morrow doing the job there, but the Panthers keep it in. Walters, now right side drive that comes in. Brzezinski is able to make the save on Levi Brewer's shot. Does have a goal this season for Brewer in a couple of games. Under 10 minutes remaining in this period. Again, coming up, first period intermission, and Mulgarcha will be our guest. We'll talk to him. Face-off one, Panthers keep it in, and another drive is held on to once again. Last season for the Panthers, Luke Aston was the leading scorer with 38 points. Beaupre with 35, and Mulgarcha with 34. KT Walters had 32, and Lucas Sadownik, 5th in scoring with 30. Drive comes in up top. That one by Grady Sterling Ponich. Drive held by Brzezinski. Sent over to Ponich once again. Cross ice near side. Drive in, just missing. On the shot out in front by Tegan Newman, seeing his second game. Here's Newman again. He shoots, save, rebound, and a good defensive play by Beeman, but he's going to get called for a hand pass. Regardless, great defensive play by Beeman as the puck bounced up over Brzezinski, and Beeman was able to knock it out of the way with his glove. It would have gone in, would have been the first goal of the game. Shots 15-5 now in favor of the Panthers. Once again, the Panthers win the draw. Underneath the stick of Jackson Truchon. Still looking for his first points this season. Puck taken away, and it will be Francis Young-Menard with control. Quickly, the Panthers get it up. Trying to catch Louisville in a line change. Puck dropped down to Horchaka. Now up top once again. Down in low. Horchaka up the middle, stays on the line. Good defensive work by Zima. He gets it out to center ice. Jacob Zima, the senior out of Wheaton, Illinois. still looking for his first points. Season is very early right now, just 2 games in. 8:24 to go in a 0-0 game. Panthers look to break out. They do. Get it out to center. Across the line to O'Rourke. Trying to split the defense. Couldn't do it. Helinski with a good play there. Panthers, though, keep it in. Left side. Drive in. Good save, Helinski. On the shot by Joe Davidson. Up the middle. Now to the right side it goes. Gale with it. Panthers with some pressure. Gale looking. 7:55 to go in the period and no score. Cross ice, it'll go to Brewer, blocked out in front. Good block by Helinski. Panthers had it. Davidson went off of his stick and we go the other way, but Davidson gets it right in. Deflected once again by Helinski. Behind the net, Davidson to Beaupre, he shoots, save. And Brzezinski is doing it all right now. 17th shot he saved, and we're still 0-0 on the icing call. .726 remains. Panthers win. Taken by Aston. Sends it over to Sadownik. Aston with it again. Checked by Jonathan Patch. Drop down low. Aston works it over to the far side. Aston gets it back. Crisscross. Now Garcha with a drive in. Inadvertently, it hit Haggerty as he was skating through. Haggerty over to the far side once again as they try to get it to Sterling Ponich. Now Sadownik with a drive off of Sterling Ponich's skate. We turn the other way, and a line change for Louisville. Drury with the puck across the line. In the zone. Good work there as Patch ties up the Panthers. And now it'll be sent in by Taylor Haggerty at a Sherwood Park. I think they don't call it Sherwood, they call it Sherwood Park, if you want to understand. Now Sadownik drive. Comes right back to him. Cross ice, a drive that's tipped in front. It was tipped by Devin Jameson on the initial shot. That one came off of, I believe that was a shot by Davidson. Now down in low, Johnson with it. Actually, it was Walters, 19. He's the one that shot it in. Deflected away off of the stick of Jameson. Panthers still with control, but they're not getting what they need as far as shots on net. And being a wall right now is Brzezinski. Here is a drive that comes in. Jameson after the deflection. Out in front, drive. Oh, what a save as Johnson came in. And Brzezinski with the save. Another drive. This one, Brzezinski with the save on the initial shot by Russell Kozik. And then Jameson's attempt on the putback covered up by Brzezinski. Huge, huge. There's the first shot. The deflection in front right there on the doorstep was Johnson. And just right there to gobble up the puck is Brzezinski. He was 1-1 in the regionals. 3.52 goals against average. Here's St. Clair. He shoots, and it went through the crease. It deflected off of the blocker of Brzezinski. It could have went one way in the net, could have went the other way away from the net, and that's what it did. A couple of Cardinals are offside as they ran into each other in the offensive zone. We come the other way, though. Panthers bring it in. Deflected by Jonathan. That was Tyler Detrow who deflected that one away. Drive comes in from the left side by Ravenstein. Once again, it's Brzezinski to hold on. Line change for both teams. 4:48 to go in this period. Still no score. far side. Jared Gale comes in. Helping out is Andrew Nugent for the Cardinals, but the Panthers of Drury will drive it around. Get it past the stick of Daniel Beaupre. Deflected off of the skate of Bro. Kept in. Oh, getting stood up at the line is Bro, but it's sent out to center. Here comes Murray. He looks for a behind-the-back pass. That is taken away and cleared out to center ice. 4:11 to go. Gachaslo says he'll hold on. 4:05 remaining in the period. Shots 22-5 in favor of the Panthers. Draw one. And a shot by Noah Malcolm is blocked by the Panthers. They have a 3-on-2 into the zone. Looking for some help and trying to get a shot off was Aston. Haggerty was there, but a good block in front, Beeman. And now the Panthers with it again. Sadownik drive in, tipped out in front. Haggerty missed. Puck comes up the middle, taken by Murray. He will try to break out with Nugent, but nothing doing as the Panthers will retreat. So they bring it out of their own zone as they grab the puck. Quickly turned aside by Joshua Nardi with an assist this season. Sadownik with a drive for the Panthers as they make it into the Cardinals zone. Getting a stick held in front was Haggerty. Spun high along the boards, Aston to the near side for the Panthers. Noah Malcolm is there. It's chipped up high. Grabbed by Malcolm. Taken by the Panthers. Worked right side. Now into Haggerty. Drive, and he just missed. Ethan, that is, Ducey right there. Defensively, and it went between them both. Did not go in. Now Malcolm. Cleared it to Patch, who sent it all the way down, and a full sail change for Louisville. 2-0 this season with a couple of wins early on. Here's Francis Young-Menard. Off the boards. Left side to Kozak. Drive in, tip, score! I believe it'll be KT Walters who will get this goal. It was tipped in front on the initial drive, and the Panthers have a 1-0 lead. There's the tip on the doorstep, and for Walters, that'll be his second goal of the season. Kevin Klein will tell us all about it.
His second of the season, scored by number 19, KT Walters. Assisted on the play by number 9, Russell Kozak. And number 13, Francis Young-Menard. Time of the goal, 17:42. Walters, his second of the season from Kozak and Young-Menard at 17:42.
So the Panthers, on their 25th shot, take a 1-0 lead on the tip. It could be more than just a 1-0 lead if not for Luke, that is, Brzezinski. Panthers have it again. Truchon drive, save, rebound loose. Nothing but Cardinals there to break it up. Swung around by Bowers, and it's out to center ice. Panthers with it again. St. Clair had it go back behind him. Deflected the opposite way. Gale to St. Clair. Panthers work it to St. Clair again at the half boards. Far side. Drop down to Gale. He looks, he shoots, save by Brzezinski. He'll hold on. Getting down to 1:08 remaining in this period. And a 1-0 lead. Walters, his second. Kozak will get his, I believe that is Kozak's second assist of the season. And then Francis Young-Menard also with his second assist of the season. Less than a minute to go in a 1-0 game. And Mulgarcha will be our first period intermission guest. Puck taken away. Nardi is able to clear it out to center ice all the way down. Icing is the call. Face-off will come back into the Cardinals zone. Sadownik shoots it through, and Davidson was tied up in front by Beeman. Good play by Nick Beeman, senior out of Traverse City, Michigan. Panthers with it again. Less than 25 seconds to go here in period one. Beeman gets it out of harm's way. Backhanded by Jacob Zima. It's out to center ice. 9 seconds remaining in the period. Into the Panthers zone, and that should do it. With 3 to go, rims all the way around and out. And the buzzer sounds for period number 1 to end. Good thing we're not playing football. 27-6 are the shots.
42. Goal scored by number 19, KT Walters, assisted by number 9, Russell Kozak, and number 13, Francis Young Menard. Fans, don't forget.
That's the recap there from Kevin Klein. As he said, Walters his second. Kozak and Young Menard. No penalties. Just the shots right now and the 1 goal. Relatively clean game for the number 9 in the preseason Drury Panthers. Louisville are not ranked, of course, right now. It's preseason, and they are a new Division I team, so they do not have a ranking as of yet. Now, the way the ACHA Division I does it is they rank the top 25. That is it. So if you look at the preseason rankings, which I actually have the final rankings in my notes, which we can go over quickly. But last season, Nevada, Las Vegas, of course, they won the Division I championship. They were ranked number 1 in the final rankings. Adrian, number 2. Minot State, number 3. Liberty, number 4. Ohio, number 5. Jamestown, 6. Maryville, 7. And Drury, final ranking of number 8. Again, in the preseason now, they have been ranked number 9. We'll take a break, and when we come back, Ann Mulgarcha will be our guest. We'll talk to him in just a moment as the Panthers have a 1-0 lead.
This is Barrel Bob, MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. You'll be seeing more of me as the weather warms up. Crews will be working on our roads. That means lanes will be closed for construction and maintenance work on our highways. As you approach a work zone, please don't drive distracted. You need to pay attention. I want you and my friends working on the roads to all get home safely. Remember, buckle up and put down your phone. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
We're back at Brightspeed Ice Park. Steve Casson now talking with the 5th leading scorer. I know it's early, but the 5th leading scorer for the Drury Panthers, and Ann Mulgarcha. And yeah, a goal and an assist, but you guys have only played 2 games. So in reality, you're on a pace for a very good season again, much like last year. Now, you've kind of had a chance to figure out what this team's about. You've been with them for a while. How do you like this Drury Panther squad?
I think compared to last year, we're definitely a little bit deeper. We have a lot more guys who can be more competitive. Not to say anything bad about our team last year. Our team last year was great, right?
Sure.
But the guys we brought in, they add a little bit more skill, a little bit more grit, and overall it's just guys that can put the puck in the net more and just 4 lines deep, and that's the kind of team we are. So
now you're 2-0. You had a couple of wins over UCO. We all know about the struggles that UCO's been having. But then you come in now to another team in Louisville, which is a fresh Division I team. Now, just because of that moniker doesn't mean they're not going to be a good team, but if you look and try to read between the lines, you kind of say, oh, we're going to come away 4-0 this next couple of weeks here. But last season, this is kind of what bit the Panthers. I mean, they came on with a very, very good run, and then they lose to a team which they didn't expect to. Do you think that maybe the newer guys can learn from that mentality and maybe the mentality that you guys, maybe you didn't have as a team, a mentality, but what's to prevent something like that?
I think every week, you know, anything can happen, right? So you don't want to go into a weekend saying, oh, you're going to kill these guys, oh, it's going to be a joke, it's not going to be fun, right? You got to come in with the same attitude, and you can't take your foot off the gas because you never know what's going to happen. So if it's 7-1, we're going to keep going. If it's 8-1, we're going to keep going. So at the end of the day, it's just never taking your foot off the gas, and that's the biggest lesson we learned. So.
Manuel Garcha is joining us of the Drury Panthers. Last season, in the regular season, in 25 games, 12 goals, 22 assists, averaging 1.36 points per game. Obviously, through your hockey career, you want to be that kind of guy, that scoring threat. But you're one of those guys that really, they maybe on paper, they look at you and they say, oh, he's not going to score much. He's not that big of a player. And the next thing you know, you get in, you score, and you walk away and look at him and say, thanks, guys.
Yeah, all my life, obviously I'm not the biggest guy, so all my life I've been like one of the smaller kids on every team I've played on, right? So I think just growing up, being one of the smallest kids and playing with guys that are a lot bigger than me kind of just helped me like find myself as a player, and you kind of get experience too, right? Like you're playing against bigger guys, you know how to shift off of them, you know how to not get hit, and you know how to be quick, because when you're a smaller guy, you got to be a little bit quick and fast. So that's kind of been what I've been working on, and it's been working out for me. So
this is a Drury Panther team that, for the most part, is what, 98% Canadian?
Yeah.
How do you like playing with a team like that?
It's definitely nice because we already like kind of all know each other, being from Western Canada. So there's only 2 Americans. Kind of feel bad for those guys, but I don't know, even they gel in, everybody gels in, so it's nice. But it's always nice when you get here and you already know most of the team, so it creates like a good chemistry. So yeah.
Manuel Garcha is our guest of the Drury Panthers. When you think about that and you think about playing up in Canada, is it any different, the type of game or the type of style from an American game, or is this basically all dependent on the coach?
I think a lot of it's dependent on the coach. It's just however your coach wants you to play, that's how you're going to play, right? So that's kind of like up for debate. Like whatever your coach has you doing, you do, right? So I guess there's not really much of a difference between American and Canadians. I think maybe Canadians are a little bit more physical, but I'm not physical, but I know guys that are our team that are pretty physical, but that's kind of the main difference. But other than that, it's up to the coach. So.
Manuel Garcha is our guest of the Drury Panthers. Let's go back to the beginning, and for folks who may not have heard any of the other interviews I've had with you, but why did you choose Drury?
It's honestly because of how many people I knew that were coming here, and I know O'Rourke was here too, like Ethan O'Rourke, and I kind of know him, but I know a couple of my buddies, like Lucas Sadownik. He was playing on my team in Canada before I came here, and he committed before I did, and he's like, just give it a try, like we'll see how it is, right? So I just loved it here, and that's kind of how it started. And now we got a couple more guys from my hometown here, and they love it too. So it just kind of like is a pipeline. Like you know people, and then people are interested, and then they talk to the coach, and they get down here, and they think it's awesome. So that's kind of how it goes.
Now, I'm not sure when head coach Jeremy Law is going to hear this interview, but when you guys win, you blame the coach. When you guys lose, do you blame the coach?
When we blame, I don't know.
And I just mean because everyone's pretty much from the area where he grew up, and everyone's from Canada, so I mean in that way.
Yeah, no, there's not. I mean, maybe you can jokingly place blame on him, but I don't know. At the end of the day, it's up to the players, right? So the coach can only do so much. The players got to go out there and do their jobs and get the wins. So.
Speaking of doing your jobs, right now, as I mentioned, the Panthers are doing their jobs 2-0. They have games this weekend. On paper, it looks like you may win those 2. What are the thoughts? And I'm specifically talking about the new guys that are coming in. They've heard about what Drury did last year, and they heard about the fact that the Panthers made it. They were one game away from going to the Final Four, and that's got to be tough. We'll talk more about that in a second. But, you know, what do you tell the new guys about this team?
I think just have some fun. Like, that's really all it is about, right? We all know each other really well, and we all gel together, so it's just have fun and things will work out. But at the end of the day, every team's going to go through adversity, and that's normal, right? So you just got to know how to deal with that, and everything else is easy.
Mentioned the Nationals, big wins over Westchester and then Utah, but then you meet one of the perennial top 10 teams in the league in Minot State, and what happened? When I ask what happened, I mean, the score was 4-0, but was it different than what that score represented?
Yeah, I definitely think they did outclass us. It could have easily been, they probably could have scored way more goals, but Joseph Cachazo, he had a really good game, and we kind of just went into that game with, I guess we didn't have the greatest mentality. They're always a good team. We hadn't played a team like that either last year, right, because we were a new team, so we didn't really know what to expect. So it's kind of like almost like a shell shock when you got on the ice, like these guys are good. And now that we've played them and we've played those teams, we know what to expect, and that's all you can get from that, right? You just need the experience. You need experience playing against those guys, and it'll help us in the future.
Panthers forward Anwar Garcha is joining us. And that's one thing to bring up is this was last year, your first year as a Division I team, and you make it one game away from the Final Four. And you have two incredible win streaks during that. Not to mention your your penalty kill was unbelievable. I think no team that I can remember in recent history, at least locally, finished with a penalty kill above 90%.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you look at this year and say, okay, we either need to continue what we're doing or we need to make sure we do this to be successful?
I think special teams is definitely a big thing. I know our penalty kill is just going to be just as strong. We got a lot of good penalty killers in our team. They work hard. I think one thing that can improve is our power play. We did have 3 power play goals, 2 or 3, I can't remember, but we need to be able to do that consistently against top teams as well, right? And we kind of struggle with that a little bit, but I know at Nationals our power play was like around 30%, so that's kind of where we want to be for the whole year. But other than that, we just want to work as hard as we can, right? We want to outwork the other team, and that's how you win the games, right?
Let's talk about some of the players. Who right now is the most inspirational?
Inspirational, I'd say Lucas Sadownik for sure. He's a little bit of a hothead sometimes, but I don't know. I respect him. I don't know about other guys, but he's someone who I look to for inspiration for sure. But I guess our whole leadership group is the same way. Can't really go wrong with anybody, but everybody's got to find a way to inspire themselves, right? So it's a good environment for sure.
I know that it's 2 games in, but who is the best dressed?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Honestly, I'm liking Levi Brewer's style. I actually really like how he dresses pregame, and maybe not around school. He doesn't really have the best dress sense, but he's got like nice suits going, so I like that. But maybe Devin Jameson too. I like his style as well. So yeah. Now at home, that's the type of dress. On the road, coach is a little laxed. Yeah, they're a little bit more relaxed. We don't have to wear suits, so that. I like wearing suits. I don't really mind wearing suits, but it's a little bit more relaxed for sure. Is there anyone that still dresses up at least more than a suit on the road? I mean, sorry, like a tracksuit or something on the road? No, not really. It's just kind of like a tracksuit type of deal, right? So it's pretty relaxed. It's not like anything too serious or anything. So. What type of routine do you have, or do you have any kind of routine before a game? I usually just show up to the rink about like 2.5 hours before warm-up. So if we have a 7 o'clock game, 2 hours before warm-up. So if we have a 7 o'clock game, warm-ups are at 6:30. I show up at 4:30, and I kind of just hang out, listen to my own music, tape my sticks, and then I'll throw a football with Luke Aston for a little bit, and then the coaches will come in and talk to us, and then we just get ready for the game there. So nothing too special. Anwar Garcha is our guest. So you don't really have
any specific routine? Now, are you one of those guys you have to put a certain skate on it at one time? Anything like that?
I think more so I just gotten used to like putting on like my right skate first, then my left skate, and then I'll tie my left skate first, and then I'll tie my right skate, like stuff like that. But it's like, I know some other guys in our team have like some crazy superstitions, like Levi Brewer, he's, oh my god, I can't even like, it's so weird. It's funny, I think it's funny, but he's got some weird ones, but I don't really have any weird ones like that, so yeah.
Now, as a goalie, of course, I've got to put my pants on first, and then I put my skates on, and then my goal pads. But are you the kind of person, do you put your pants on first and then your skates? You go the skates first? What do you do?
I definitely go pants first. I think people who do skates first before pants, at least if you're a player, they're psychopaths. So, yeah, definitely go pants first.
Okay, you're not going to name any of the psychopaths on the team, right?
No, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's done that, but if they did, holy, I would call them out in a second.
Anuel Garcha is our guest. Okay. Are there any kind of rules such as don't walk over the logo or anything like that?
Well, I guess usually it's a rule. Like in junior, we would have like a little mat with our logo on it like on the ground. You weren't allowed to walk on it, but it's different here because we don't have a logo like on the floor, so it's not really any rules. Just keep the room clean. That's about it. But yeah.
Okay, that leads me to my last question, and maybe you shouldn't answer this one, but who's the messiest?
It's a tough one. Messiest.
We'll just go with, leaves tape around,
yeah,
or...
I'm just trying to think. I don't know. Our team's pretty clean. Compared to last year, there's a couple of guys that were pretty dirty, but I honestly don't know. We got a pretty good, clean squad this year. Last year was an issue. This year it's not an issue, so I couldn't really name anybody, but yeah, I don't know.
All right, we'll go with that then.
Yeah.
All right, Anuel Garcha joining us of the Drury Panthers. Right now, as I mentioned, 5th in scoring, but again, 1 goal, 1 assist. Numbers will change. 3rd last season, and are you hoping to stay up in the top 5?
I mean, I just want to help the team win, and sometimes it just comes. The goals and assists come with it, so we'll see what happens.
So as long as you keep the winning going,
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
I don't really like to think about it too much. Sometimes it kind of hinders how I play. At least when I'm playing, but maybe after I'll be like, okay, well, I kind of want to score more, but yeah.
Spoken like a true hockey player. Anuel Garcha joining us. We'll take a break and be back. More hockey coming up in just a moment.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created Junk Email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
We're back at Brightspeed Ice Park. Stan Melton Ice Arena. Steve Casson, Scott Lutzke keeping us on the air, and Quinn Van Wyk doing some great camera work. Quinn, what do you think?
I love it. I'm having a great time.
So far, so good, and we're in negotiations, right? We're trying to get you to jump aboard on Web Sports Radio, so we'll see what happens. I got a couple of donuts. Scott, you have anything? He's thinking about it. Yeah. He doesn't have much. Okay, I don't know what that was. But we are underway in period number 2 here as the Panthers skate from the right to the left, and it's from the left to the right, which will be the University of Louisville Cardinals. And quickly, it's the Cardinals seeing the puck go all the way down into the Panthers zone for an icing call. 19:33 remains in this period. Officials Mark Marzola, Dan O'Very, referees Matt Wells and Griffin Green are the linesmen. (27-6) of the shots. The only goal, Walters' second. Kozek and Young Menard at 17:42 for Drury. Puck down into the far side. The far side for me, your left side as you watch it. Puck taken away by Louisville. Cardinals as Helinski tried to send it in. Taken away by Sterling Punich. Gets over to the right side. Panthers work it up top. They get a drive into KT Walters and a save by Brzezinski once again. Cannot argue with what is going to be a very good save percentage for him. Facing 28, only giving up 1 goal. Him being Luke Brzezinski, the senior out of Shorewood, Illinois. Puck at the Panther line, sent all the way in. On goal, Kuchaslo has to make a save. Is coming in is Cameron Morrow, and now Sterling Punich pushes him away from his goaltender. Sedanic, he'll go to the bench along with Walters, Jamison, and a fresh set on for the Panthers. And to take the draw, Haggerty and Morrow for Louisville. The Panthers win the draw. They'll swing it around, that is. It'll be sent all the way down to the far side. Now kept by Luke Aston. 2 goals, 4 assists for Luke this season. Puck tipped up high, grabbed by Garcha and cleared out to center ice. Almost swept off of Garcha's stick by Malcolm, but the Panthers recover. Across the line to Aston. He gets down in low. Up top to Kosick. His pass makes it through to Haggerty. Haggerty with a return shot. It's blocked. Panthers still with it. Garcha had it, lost it. And now it's a 3-on-3 into the Panthers zone. Kuchaslo to Kosick. Lead pass. Breaking and coming in is Aston. They look for the centering pass to Haggerty, and it didn't connect. Puck up the middle. Loose goes through. We're going to get our first penalty of the game as Kuchaslo goes to the bench. Panthers keep it in possession. Now it's touched up. And it'll be a power play for the Panthers. Right now, Drury, they are 3 of 39. Hold on, I have that wrong. That was last year's power play at home, 3 of 39 for this season. Right now, they are 2 for 8, so they're 25%.
Number 2, Ethan Ducey, 2-minute minor for tripping. Time of the penalty, 2:16. Ducey, 2-minute minor for tripping at 2:16. The Panthers are on the power play!
Well, there you go, power play for Drury. And once again, 2 for 8, 25% thus far. Power play goals by Haggerty and Sterling Punich this season. Drive comes in and a save as up the middle, Francis Young-Menard got the shot, but Brzezinski is able to make the save. 1:28 remains in the man advantage. Panthers win. Young-Menard once again. Drive comes in right side, deflected away. It's out to center on the initial attempt. That was by Aston. Panthers bring it in. Haggerty. They work it down low. Aston calling for it. He has it. Waits on the shot. Swings it around to Sterling Punich. Now right side drive. It's blocked and out to center ice. 54 seconds remain. Aston with it. Aston tried to toe drag and he lost it. And here is a drive sent all the way down. The Panthers will change at least one on this advantage. 38 seconds remains. Walters across the red line. Has some room left side. Sadownik back to Walters. Cross ice to Garcha. Now a touch pass that did not connect as it was KT Walters with the mishandle there. Coming down in low. Just one Cardinal, that's Bird, and we come the other way. Panthers with 5 seconds to go on the power play. Drive in and a save by Brzezinski. He'll hold on. 1 second remains. And if you look at the shots, 30-7. Would the Panthers be kicking themselves if Louisville gets a goal? They have put all sorts of shots on Brzezinski. Panthers with it again. Truchon drive, save, rebound, loose. Truchon with it again. Truchon steps around one. Gets it over to the right side to Brewer. Left side, a drive, score! Ravenstein got the shot. It was tipped in front. Welcome to the Drury Panthers. Tyson Horchaka. And it's 2-0 Drury. Here's Ravenstein with the tip on the shot. Horchaka, and it's 2-0 Drury. Here in the second period.
Panthers goal. His first as a Panther. Scored by number 14, Tyson Horchaka. Assisted on the play by number 6, Lucas Ravenstein. And number 4, Levi Brewer. Time of the goal, 4:42. Horchaka from Ravenstein and Brewer at 4:42.
So Horchaka with the goal. Two 2-0 Panthers on their 32nd shot. Now they're pressuring again. Here's Beaupre behind the net. Centering it up. A drive comes in. Brzezinski saw it on the shot by Kozak. But it did get deflected. And so with 14:27 to go in the period, a 2-0 lead. Horchaka his first. Walters back in the first period, his second. Ravenstein will get a point, and for Ravenstein, that is his first point as a Drury Panther. Brewer also gets an assist to go with his one goal. Out to Aston, his like number 18, and Jonathan Cohen to pick it up for the Cardinals. Back in the Cardinals zone, stolen by Luke Aston of Drury. Up the middle, Haggerty with a backhander that missed wide, sent to the near side. Shot in by Russell Kozak. Deflected away, 13:39 to go in the period. Drop down in low, working it through is Haggerty. Up top, once again, they go to Young Menard. 13:25 to go in the period. 2-0 Panthers. Puck is taken, not cleared yet. Panthers keep it in. Haggerty had it pulled off of his stick. Now Garcha on the ice. Anwar Garcha, third in scoring last season. Puck deflected away once again by Brzezinski. Far side. Now to the near side boards. Drive comes in, sails wide behind the net by Horchaka. Young Menard to keep it. Cross ice. This one will go to the near side to Sterling Punich. Panthers change up one. They get it up top. Sadownik, his pass goes through a bunch of skates behind the net and bounces out in front. Brzezinski will hold on to that one. 12:37 to go in the period. Lots of sevens right now, 37-7 to the shots. And that favors the Drury Panthers. Second period intermission guest, Lucas Ravenstein. Ravenstein already has an assist. And generally when we talk to players, they get points. I already spoke to Anmal Garcha. He does need a couple of points in that he has a goal and an assist in 2 games coming into this one here. Got to keep the streak alive. We've already spoken with him. Puck driven in the Panthers zone. Sterling Ponic. Off the boards to Walters. Drive in. Steered behind to the corner of the net, that is. And out to center. All the way down where it'll be chased by Sadownik, the sophomore out of St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. Panthers steal. 11:28 to go in the period. We get a penalty. So the second penalty of the contest. And the second consecutive penalty.
Louisville penalty to number 19, Andrew Brow. 2-minute minor for tripping. Time of the penalty, 8:33. Brow, 2-minute minor for tripping at 8:33. The Panthers.
So they are on the power play once again. Cannot keep control of this one. Aston will bring it across the line. 1:37 to go underneath Haggerty's stick. Puck taken away and cleared. Panthers with Young Menard, Beaupre, Aston, Sterling Ponic, and Haggerty. 1:16 to go with the man advantage. These same 2 teams tomorrow, 6 p.m. we'll have it for you right here on Web Sports Radio. Up top, Young Menard with a drive, blockered into the corner. Brzezinski getting peppered with a lot of shots here. Kachaslo has only seen 7 thus far. Penalty coming up. Panthers get called for their first one on a mid-ice trip. All penalties have been trips. So there's one there. Right on top of the Bearhead logo. That is where their rival, the Panthers' rival, Missouri State, of course, plays here. So into the penalty box is Beaupre.
Daniel Beaupre, 2-minute minor for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 9:46. Beaupre, 2 minutes.
So they're going to say it was a high stick. Either way, we're 4-on-4 for another 28 seconds, and then it'll be a power play for Louisville. Their first chance. They are 50%, 4 for 8 with the man advantage. On the penalty kill, they are 50%, 2 for 4. But again, just 2 games have been played thus far this season. First set of road games for the Cardinals. First time they've been on the road. Panthers still at home after opening up with a couple of wins against Central Oklahoma, a Western Collegiate Hockey League opponent. Not of the Panthers, they're independent, but they are in the Western Collegiate Hockey League. Same league as Missouri State. Puck flipped down, kicked actually. Nardi to chase. Panthers have it. Now it's shorthanded situation for Drury for another 106. Ravenstein lost it. Taken by Brow. 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. He's tied for the lead with Jonathan Patch, who has the similar tally. Now getting upended behind the net. That was Bird. Shot comes in, goes behind the net. Big collision there. It's always interesting how the same numbers get involved as Kachaslo makes a save. Right there, it was O'Rourke who got involved with Nico Anestis, and both of them were number 10. 28 seconds remaining in the power play. .809 to go in the period. Or take that back. 8:43. I looked at the time. The time is 8:09 Central Time. At least it was close. But don't forget to join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. Missouri State will play the St. Louis Junior Blues. A drive comes in, score. Puck bounced around, and Helinski will get it past Kachaslo. That is a power play goal. And it's 2-1. So the Panthers are in a 2-1 contest, even though they have been out, or have outshot, that is, Louisville 38-9. And for Helinski, that'll be his second goal of the year.
Louisville goal, a power play goal, scored by number 3, Brendan Helinski, assisted by number 7, Noah Malcolm. Time of the power play goal, 11:31. Helinski from Malcolm, power play goal at 11:31.
Shots 39-10, and we're in a 2-1 contest. Fans not happy about this. Watching their team with an almost 4-1 shot advantage. Fight for the puck. Panthers control. Drop down by Brewer behind the net. 7:55 to go in period number 2. Coming up, it'll be Lucas Ravenstein. He'll be our guest. Getting back is Brewer. He's able to race ahead of Anestis, and it's out to center ice. Panthers have it again. They try to get it over to Davidson, goes off of his stick, and Drury will change on the back end. Beaupre pushed off the play. Good work there by Ducey. Ethan Ducey looking for his first points, the sophomore out of Fishers, Indiana. Far side again, Panthers keep it in the zone. Blocked. Is trying to get the shot off with Sadownik. And it is a 2-on-1. Louisville with a drive in. Kachaslo is able to deflect the puck away on the shot by Tim Holton. Panthers still can't clear. They finally get it across and out to center. And across the line now for Joe Davidson. Looking for a backhander and a good poke check away by Anestis. Or is that 20? No, that is Joshua Nardi, 20, not 10. Or maybe it was. I can see a 10, maybe an 18 out there too. Numbers are a little hard to see. Let's see who that is standing out in front. 6:27 to go in the period. Shot comes in and it's gobbled up by Brzezinski. Got my eye on this guy. Let's see as he gets across and into the bench here. Well, I was wrong. It was 20. Joshua Nardi. 6:22 to go in the period, and a 2-1 lead for the Panthers. Walters is second. Horchaka with his first, and Helinski for Louisville with his second of the season. Panthers play with it along the line. Kosick. Drury drops it down low, under 6 minutes to go in period number 2. 2-1 Drury. Puck up top, touch pass comes out in front, deflected away. Helinski is there to move it away. Panthers still try to work the puck, but we come out to Louisville, and it's Bryce Yates with it. Out in front, good play by Devin Jameson, as waiting for it was Robert Bird. He got knocked off the play and had nothing further after that. Kosick drops it to the half boards. Oh, a couple of sticks go up. That's Jameson and Cameron Morrow. Or is that 43? That is 43. Bryce Yates instead of 13. There's Kosick. Stolen, though, by 13 and Morrow with a drive and a shot that misses wide past Kuchaslo. Action getting a little rough here now between these two teams. It's a 2-1 contest. You look at that and you say, oh, what a great game. But then you look at the shots and you wonder. But so far, Louisville hanging tough against the number 9 in the preseason ranked Drury Panthers. Young Menard with a shot. He's able to flip it out to center. Morrow to chase, and no icing. Panthers complete a line change. Here comes Morrow. Cameron with a goal and an assist out of Reading, Massachusetts. Behind the net. Chipped away from Jonathan Patch at the half boards now. Panthers with Truchon. Once again over Sinclair's stick, and it's out to center ice. Here's Truchon. Centering pass out in front. It gets deflected up. Panthers keep it. Now with 3:50 to go. Drive comes in, deflected into the corner. Taken by St. Clair of Drury. Here's Louisville. Across the line. Puck held up. Anestis is there. He'll send it to the near side boards. Calling for it is Zima. Doesn't get to him. Ravenstein off the boards. St. Clair has a stick taken away from him. Players yell. Fans yell. Nothing doing there. Panthers steal. Horchaka with it. Now to Armel Gacha. Garcha with it. And get it to him once again. Garcha holds up. 3:03 to go. Bouncing puck missed by St. Clair. Panthers hold it in on the line. Garcha does. Haggerty centering pass went off the stick of Sadownik. 2:48 to go in the period. Now Aston. Luke stops up. Puck stolen. Working it one way with a backhander out in front, and trying to bank it off the goaltender was Murray. Good try there by Murray, who has the puck now and clears it back into the Panther end. Shot by Sadownik. In for Bowers. He'll have it for Louisville. Garch's pass was broken up. Back out to center ice. It'll be Sterling Ponich with it. Garcha for the Panthers with 2 minutes to go in period 2. In just a 2-1 game. Shot comes in up high. Reaching for it was Brzezinski on the shot by Russell Kozak, looking for his first goal this season. Freshman out of Vernon, BC, Canada. .154 remains. 2-1 game. And you can argue, as we get an icing call here, you can argue that this is in the hands of Drury. If you base it on shots, this game should not be 2-1. But Lucas Brzezinski is finding a way to make things happen. .943 save percentage in the last 2 games. Off the side of the net, Brzezinski will hold on. Kachaslo phasing just 12 shots now. His career high is 41. Stopped 40 of 41. Oh, lead pass, Bird breaking in, and he gets a shot off. Oh, what a save. He got a shot off, tried to pick the upper right corner left of the goaltender, Kachaslo, and he got his blocker out, made the save, and it's still a 2-1 game. That one could have been trouble for the Panthers. Drury wins it. Johnson sends it over to Devin Jamieson. But it comes the other way, left to right, across the line. Drive in. Fanning on the shot was Patch, but he was able to get one across the line. Nothing happening there, and we are coming down to
1 minute remaining in the second period. 1 minute remaining.
Puck driven in, and it gets held into the glove of the goaltender Brzezinski. Mentioned their goaltender, the Panthers goaltender, Joseph Kachaslo, 19 games last season. He was 16-2. Ended up with a .931 save percentage. And a 2.0 goals against average. So right now, under his average for last season. Penalty coming up. Andrew Brow is going to get called for a penalty. I believe a hooking call, and that's what it's going to be. Second consecutive penalty for him. There it is right there. It's coming at 19:20. Third power play opportunity.
19, Andrew Brow, 2-minute minor for hooking. Time of the penalty, 19:20.
Another power play. If the Panthers do not score, this will carry over to the third period. Up top, Young Menard. Over to the left side. Drive in by Sterling Ponich is driven into the corner. Right now it's the game clock that's important with 11 seconds remaining. Puck up the middle, missed by the outstretched arm of the Panthers' Aston. And now with 1 second to go, that'll do it for this period. When we return, 1:19 will remain in the power play for the Panthers.
At 4:42, Drury goal scored by number 14, his first goal as a Panther, Tyson Horiachka. Assisted on the play by number 6, Lucas Ravenstein, and number 7 and number 4, Levi Brewer. For Louisville, a power play goal at 11:31, scored by number 3, Brendan Helinski, assisted by number 7, Noah Malcolm.
That's your recap right there. That was a power play goal, by the way. So Louisville actually 1 for 1 on the power play. Helinski, Malcolm with the assist to make it 2-1 at 11:31. Again, penalties, 3 for 6 called against the Cardinals, just 1 for 2 minutes for the Panthers. And as you take a look at the shots, once again, not facing much in the period. 8 is Kuchaslo for a 2-period total of 14. And once again, 17, more than double digits, 2-period total of 44 on Brzezinski. And it's hard to believe, once again, that this is a 2-1 game. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it'll be Lucas Ravenstein. We'll talk to the newest Panther coming up in just a moment. But after 40 minutes, a very close 2-1 game, Drury on top.
Hey, Missouri! Barrel Bob here. I'm MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. I see a lot of distracted drivers in work zones not paying attention to the road. Distracted driving is the #1 cause of crashes. The average text takes 5 seconds to read. At 55 miles per hour, you could travel the length of a football field blindfolded. Don't take the chance. I want you and my friends working on the roads to get home safely. Please buckle up and put your phone down. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
We are back at Brightspeed Ice Park. Steve Casson now with one of the newest defensemen of the Drury Panthers, and Lucas Ravenstein. Lucas, welcome to the team. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Now, what made you choose Drury as a place to play college hockey?
I just think the coaching staff is just a really good duo. Jeremy Law and Cliff Cook both seem like really good guys and even better coaches. Also, the university itself is a great campus. Love my teachers so far, and yeah, it just seems like a great place to play.
Now, truth be told, how many players told you to come here?
Well, I actually knew no one on the team before.
Really?
The only guy I know is Nolan Boucher, and he played on my team last year, and we're 2 freshmen coming in together, but I knew no one before, so no one told me to come.
It must be nice, though, that at least that you're coming with one person that you know.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely made the process a lot easier, at least one familiar face. And then didn't take me long to get to know a couple of the other guys, especially the freshmen coming in for orientation. And we all gelled pretty quick, so it's a good group of guys we have, so it makes it easy.
What was the word on the street? I mean, when you were looking, you probably had other places that you were thinking about playing, but what was the word on the street?
Well, obviously, Drury was a new franchise last year, at least in the D1, bumping up from D2. But obviously, they had a great season last year, finished ninth in the country, and had a great showing at nationals. So it was an easy choice, in my opinion, to come here.
So you come here knowing all full well what happened last season, which was 1 game away from going to the Final Four, several long winning streaks, and a penalty kill above 90, maybe 93%, unheard of type of stats. What type of person are you as far as your contributions to this hockey club?
Well, I used to be a forward up until junior, so I would consider myself a pretty offensive defenseman. But I do know how to play the 200-foot game. Last game they had me on third pair, so I was just trying to play my part, have some hits, a couple block shots, and just contribute where I can.
And that's one of the things that maybe, and I'm not the coach, but maybe the Panthers needed last year was kind of that offensive defenseman for a little bit, or at least a guy that's willing to take shots and follow them up, that kind of thing. So is that kind of your game plan?
Yeah, I love to jump up in the rush when I can, or I don't know, have my time with the puck in the offensive zone. But at the end of the day, I'm a team first guy, and I'll do whatever it takes to win. So.
What type of relationship do you have with the goalies? I know goalies, they just don't like defensemen standing in front of the puck. So do you have a really good relationship with goaltenders? And you've had a couple of games now under your belt. What's your relationship with Joseph Kuchaslo and maybe Brett Sweet, I think, played the other game?
Yeah, Joe I actually skated with a couple of times in the summer. He's also from British Columbia, where I'm from. So I was lucky enough to skate with him, and he's a great guy. he's very chatty out there, so it makes my job a lot easier. And he's a great goalie, so doesn't make helps me with my job, and that's all that matters, really.
Okay, I have to ask, as we're talking with Lucas Ravenstein, are you one of those guys that just make crazy comments to some of the players when they're skating by? I mean, do you kind of get under their skin a little bit?
I wouldn't say that's my game plan, but maybe it does happen from time to time if someone gets under my skin.
Okay, so you got to wait till it happens first, and then you'll respond.
Yeah.
Okay. I know we got to kind of keep it PG, but what's one of the funniest things you heard?
Oh, out here, honestly, against UCO, there wasn't much talk out there. I don't know. You put me on the spot here. I don't know. Probably just something like last year I always got chirped for having bad style on the ice, so that's probably the go-to for everyone.
Now, was that your team or was it the other team?
A little bit of both. Of both.
That's funny. So, do you have any things you want to work on this year? And I know it's strange to say that you work on something, obviously in practice, but maybe a game situation. Do you have anything that you personally would like to improve on?
Probably just get more reliable in the D zone. I think I'm already pretty dialed in back there, but obviously with my role now on the team, they don't need me to be the offensive get point per game type of guy. So just chip in when I can, in the D zone, block more shots, maybe be a little bit more physical this year, and yeah.
Well, you're one of the new guys, so let's get to know Lucas Ravenstein.
Sounds good.
Where are you from?
I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia.
So Vancouver, not as cold as some of the other parts of Canada, right?
No, it's a bit more mild weather over there.
What, when you grew up, maybe the wintertime wasn't the right time to get out on the ice, at least outdoors, like some of the folks more on the eastern side did. But what did you do as far as playing hockey?
Well, ever since I was young, I was always playing mini sticks with my friends or my brothers, in our house or out in the driveway, just shooting pucks. And then obviously, trying to get on the ice as much as I can. I've loved the game ever since I was a kid. So, pretty much it.
Are the Vancouver Canucks your favorite team?
No, I'm an Edmonton Oilers fan.
Really?
Yep.
Now, okay, so how close to Alberta are you then? Are you closer to there?
I'm the province over, so I'm about a 12-hour drive from Edmonton.
Okay.
But, never been, so.
But they are your team?
They are my team, yeah.
Why?
Growing up, I love Jordan Eberle, watching him at the World Juniors, and it was the year where he had that goal against Russia that I was watching, and then he ended up playing for the Oilers the next season, and I just fell in love with him, and then fell in love with the team.
Was Edmonton your pick in the finals last season?
Yeah, in the year before, but
I was gonna say
didn't turn out too well. So
hard to believe. I did not think Florida could do a two-peat. Now they're almost potentially a three-peat.
Yeah, I know it's tough. It's tough, but it's okay.
Well, truth be told, I'm an LA Kings fan. So I dislike the Oilers for the fact that 5 years in a row they beat them.
Yep. No,
although we do have the Oilers general manager now, which is interesting. But, it is what it is. The hockey world, obviously, everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, as we're talking with Lucas Ravenstein, knowing everybody is important, and you come here only knowing one person, but you feel after practices and a couple of games that you kind of do know everybody?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like the returning guys made it really easy on the freshmen for getting involved. We've hung out a bunch just away from the rink and away from school as well, and even my rooming with Jared Gale and Ethan O'Rourke, they've been really good to me, really friendly and really welcoming, so it makes it really easy, so it's good.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have one brother back home.
Does he play hockey?
No, he doesn't. He's more of a baseball guy.
Okay. Well, growing up, you obviously had the chance to play other than hockey. What other sports did you play?
I played some baseball growing up, dabbled in some volleyball, and then, soccer, lacrosse when I was really young, but mostly hockey for me.
Volleyball is interesting. Did they have a men's volleyball team?
It was more of a club team. A bunch of it was pretty big in White Rock for my age group. Like, a lot of my friends joined, so I just decided to play as well. And I really enjoyed it, but, like, obviously, like, hockey took over, and I was playing more baseball at the time too, so just didn't really pan out for me.
And hockey's always been your favorite sport?
Yeah, hockey's always been the go-to.
When you were growing up, do you remember that first time you were on the ice?
I don't, but I remember my parents always tell me that my first time, like, in skating lessons, I would be, like, bawling my eyes out, like, not wanting to go out. And then after a couple of times, like, of them forcing me to go, like, I ended up loving it. And then as soon as I had a stick in my hand, like, it was game over from there.
Lucas Ravenstein is joining us of the Drury Panthers, newest defenseman this season. When they got you out on the ice and you kind of played whatever the sport was, I don't know if you knew it was hockey or if they explained anything like that, but when do you remember the first time you actually saw games or saw it on TV or really got interested into the sport?
Yeah, like I said, it was probably the World Juniors that winter. And, yeah, just watching, like, I don't know, like, those young players, like, represent Canada. And it was just, like, it just became a dream of mine to play in there. Obviously, it didn't pan out there, but yeah, it was just, that really sold me, and ever since then, I've been hooked.
What's the craziest rink you've ever played in?
Craziest rink? I've played in a mall before, the West Edmonton Mall. I know I said I've never been. I meant to say I've never been to an Edmonton home game before, but I have been to Edmonton, and I played in a tournament where it was, like, inside the West Edmonton Mall, and it was just, like, a rink, and there was, like, all 3 stories were, like, having people watch us, and it's pretty crazy.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I was wondering if there was any seating or anything in the mall, but apparently I think I've seen pictures of that where, yeah, there is some seating up
Yeah,
there.
a little bit of seating. It's mainly just, like, railings and, like, people, like, just, like, lean on, and, like, just, like, people doing, like, their everyday shopping, just, like, stop by for a bit and watch a bit of the game. But that was pretty cool.
What's one game that you'll always remember?
Probably the game 2 years ago in Game 7 in the finals when we won. That was the first time that we won in our back-to-back in my junior career, and such a special moment. And it's like I'll remember those guys forever, and, like, the score and, like, who scored, and yeah, like, it's such a vivid memory for me, and it feels like it just happened yesterday. So,
how about a goal for you? What's the goal that sticks out in your mind that you scored?
I would say it would probably be this year in Game 6 in the finals as well, in the second part of our back-to-back. And it was we ended up winning that game, and it was kind of like it sealed the deal in a way. And I just remember, like, the feelings that, like, everyone had and the excitement that I was feeling, and it's definitely a goal I'll remember forever.
Did you get the puck of the game?
I didn't get that game puck because our goalie stood on our head like always, so he ended up getting it, but it doesn't matter.
It's always good as long as you win, right?
Exactly. That's all that matters.
Lucas Ravenstein is joining us of the Drury Panthers. Do you have a ritual or anything that you have to do before you get ready for a game?
No. I kind of keep it as a superstition not to have superstitions.
There you go.
Because I just, like, from a day-to-day life, like, something's going to change. Like, it's not going to be the same every day, so I don't want to have something that, like, bothers me or, like, keeps me, that I have to think about, like, during the game. So I just try to keep it easy and, like, keep the room light.
So I have to ask, is there anything about Springfield that is strange to you?
Honestly, not really so far. I expected it to be a little bit of a culture shock for me, but to be honest, like, ever since I got here, like, it's pretty much the same, like, back at home, like, with, like, a little bit of different varieties. But no, but I've really enjoyed my time in Springfield so far, and yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the school year.
What is one dish that you wish Springfield would have, maybe that they can bring it from Canada down here? And not poutine, because everyone loves poutine.
Yeah, one dish. Honestly, I would just have my dish of choice would probably be anything that like my parents make me, so then I don't have to make it back at the 5.
There you go, home cooking.
Yeah, home cooked meal. Yeah.
There you go. Speaking of that, are your parents going to come down and watch you sometime?
Yeah, they're coming. My dad and my girlfriend are coming down for Canadian Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So they'll be here, and then they're also going to come out to the showcase in Chicago. So looking forward to that.
Very nice. We're running out of time, but I wanted to ask, how's your girlfriend like the fact that you're out here?
It's tough at first, but she's a warrior, so she's doing good so far, and yeah.
There
she's
you
happy.
go. Sounds good. Lucas Ravenstein joining us of the Drury Panthers. Thanks so much for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. We'll take a break. More hockey coming up in a second.
Tri-Lakes Marine has upped its game. Not only is Tri-Lakes Marine the largest Yamaha outboard dealer in the state with G3 aluminum fishing boats and a full lineup of Suncatcher pontoon boats, Tri-Lakes is now the area's newest and largest Bennington dealer. Bennington pontoons are the pinnacle of luxury pontoon boats, and Tri-Lakes Marine has several models in stock. If you're ready to up your game on the lake, stop by Tri-Lakes Marine today on your way to Table Rock, just 15 minutes south of Nixa on Highway 160, your full-service boat and motor dealer.
This is Barrel Bob, MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. You'll be seeing more of me as the weather warms up. Crews will be working on our roads. That means lanes will be closed for construction and maintenance work on our highways. As you approach a work zone, please don't drive distracted. You need to pay attention. I want you and my friends working on the roads to all get home safely. Remember, buckle up and put down your phone. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
We are back at Brightspeed Ice Park. Steve Casson along with Scott Lutzke keeps us on the air, and Quinn Van Wyk is there. Scott, so what was that thing you were going to give Quinn? You grabbed something off your shelf. I wish we could talk to you. I don't know what. Oh, Stone Tobacco. Oh, it's a candle. Okay, love it. All right. There you go. That's an acceptable gift. Well, I'll tell you who believes they're in the middle of a gift right now, and that is the Drury Panthers. They have a 2-1 lead, and they've been out shooting their opponent 44-14. Well, let's get Quinn in on this. And Quinn, I know you're a hockey fan, but you look at a shot differential and you look at a score, what's got to happen next?
I mean, you gotta make sure there's no more penalties. You can't have any more stupid power plays, and you need some power plays yourself.
Yeah, big thing for the Drury Panthers last year. They were phenomenal on the penalty kill. Power play too, but right now, again, it's an earlier season than normal, and I still think they're trying to get a handle on things. They've only had about 4 or 5 practices before starting to play these games, but we were about ready for period number 3. Fresh 20 minutes on the clock. Panthers go from the left to the right, and from the right to the left, it'll be the University of Louisville Cardinals. First year in Division I, and right off the bat we get an icing call. No, we don't, apparently. That's right, we still have a minute and about 7 seconds remaining on the penalty as it carried over through the period. So good job, Joshua Nardi. He knew what was going on. Here comes the Cardinals, and Murray poked off of his stick. I looked at that and I said, why is he going to ice the puck? And then I look up, and sure enough, penalty still remaining on the board. So here we go. 43 seconds remaining. Far side once again. Nardi is trying to push his way through. Panthers keep it. They hold it down in. Davidson along the goal line. Spins around to Garcha. Now to Davidson. Off of his stick. Back to Garcha behind the net. They crisscross with 27 seconds remaining. Up top, Sadownik. Now to Garcha. Feeds it through. Lowenstein drives, save, rebound. Or Johnston, that is. And the rebound is cleared out to center ice. Don't know where I got that name from. We have a Ravenstein, but I don't believe we have a Lowenstein. Puck is cleared out to center and sent all the way down. 18:46 to go. Power plays, you can hear the clapping of the stick. It is come to an end. Panthers bring it across the line to O'Rourke. Drive in, save, loose, rebound, shot. Oh, what a save! The secondary shot and a save as he's on his back, Brzezinski was on O'Rourke's secondary drive. Huge saves right now. It's keeping it a 2-1 game. Panthers lead, but they're trying to get more. Scott, I don't know if we'll be able to get that consecutive scenario there as Brzezinski is able to make the save here, but what a set of two huge saves by Brzezinski. We do have a new replay system coming. Oh, I see Scott's note. Nope, sorry. We do have a new replay system coming. The problem is the guy that runs it, myself, has to learn the system. Once I know how to do that, then I'll be able to take the replays and work with them. But right now, couldn't tell you. Panthers can't tell you why it's a 2-1 game either. As you heard Quinn, maybe capitalize on a couple. Stay out of the penalty box too. Here's the Panthers with Horichaka. Pass comes up, 3-on-2. And a drive by Horichka is deflected off of the glove of the goaltender, Brzezinski. Crashed into the boards, Ravenstein. Behind the net, Ravenstein with it. Looking for a drive, and he sends it over to Young Menard that goes wide. O'Rourke picking it up, though, from the left circle was Haggerty. And Brzezinski is able to hold on. 50 shots now applied to Brzezinski. .17:22 to go in the period. Puck cleared all the way down. Kachaslow should get credit for shot number 15. We'll see if they put it up on the board. Play is underway. Sent all the way down. Do we get another icing call? We do. This will bring it back into the zone of the Panthers. .17:08 to go in the period. 50 shots have been applied on Brzezinski. Another penalty coming up. This one's a delayed call against the Panthers. They get the goaltender out, does Louisville, and it's touched up by Haggerty, and we get a penalty. So Quinn, just exactly what you said is not working for the Panthers right now.
No, it is not.
Another penalty that the Panthers are going to have to kill. Second power play.
Panthers penalty to number 25, Taylor Haggerty. 2-minute minor for hooking. Time of the penalty 3:08. Haggerty, 2-minute minor for hooking at 3:08.
So the next goal important. Panthers get it. They're in good shape. If not, we have a 2-2 game. Taken by Beeman. He'll work it out to center. Minute and a half remaining. Puck sent back in. Panthers on the defensive here. Brow will bring it in. Gets it over left side with a drive by Nardi. Went high over Kachaslo's glove. Down to 1 minute remaining. Puck cleared, and Brzezinski will set it up for his defense. Panthers get the secondary now penalty kill unit out. Here's Nardi. His pass comes in. Kachaslo will cut it off. Streamed into the corner. Broken up puck. Cleared once again by Nardi. Defenseman out of Montreal, Quebec. Now in his own zone is Nardi. Polinsky, the only goal scorer for Louisville. He'll stop up. Polinsky with 2 goals, 2 assists. In fact, both of his goals have been special teams goals. They've both been on the power play this season. Aston's pass deflected out by Cameron Morrow as the Panthers kill off the power play. We get a whistle with 14:44 to go in the period. And that's going to be for a penalty. The Panthers will now have an advantage on another penalty. This will be their 4th power play. We'll catch the call.
Louisville penalty to number 13, Cam Morrow. 2-minute minor for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 5:16. Morrow, 2-minute minor for cross-checking at 5:16.
Another power play for Drury. Coming into today's game, 2 for 8. And they have not scored on 3. 2 for 11. Need to pick this one up. Fans are happy because it's a close game. That was they are not happy, I would assume. Now left side, a drive comes in by Sterling Punich and a save once again by Brzezinski. Trying to see if I can figure out what Brzezinski's career high shots against is. Tough to do while you're broadcasting a game. Sadonic on the line, lost it. Puck back into the Panthers zone with 48 seconds remaining in the power play. Not able to get anything established. One-handing it through and down is KT Walters. 2 games, 2 assists. Excuse me, 2 games, 2 goals, 2 points. Shot comes in as it gets deflected, and a good glove there by Brzezinski. And he's able to hold on. 25 seconds remaining in the power play. Play back down into the Panthers zone, and getting held up is Patch by Sterling Punich. We come the other way. 3-on-2 into the zone. Good defensive sliding, diving play by Helinski, and the puck is taken away and cleared. Huge play there as the power play is expired. So the Panthers still have a 2-1 lead. The puck is stolen now by Zima. Looking for that centering pass right out in front. Anestis runs into the goaltender, but Kachaslo is able to keep it out, and he looks a little slow. His helmet gets knocked off, and he's a little slow to get up. We'll take a look at the break from center ice. There's the pass. Brewer was there. And luckily he avoided his own goaltender. Now they're bringing out apparently the trainer. Everything's good, and we'll start things up again. Now 12:04 to go in the period. And a drive and a score by the Panthers. Horiachka will get the goal. So Drury takes a 3-1 lead on a shot through some traffic. Second goal of the game. Second of the season.
Panthers goal, his second of the season and second of the evening. Scored by number 14, Tyson Horiachka. Assisted on the play by number 71, Jackson Truchon. Time of the goal, 8:04. Horiachka, his second of the game from Truchon at 8:04.
Truchon will get his first points of the season. And Horiachka, second goal of the season. So 2 goals, 2 points. And the Panthers, they have now a 3-1 lead. They also have a player in the penalty box.
Number 13, Francis Young-Menard, 2-minute minor for hooking. Time of the penalty, 8:19. Young-Menard, 2-minute minor for hooking at 8:19.
So it is a power play. This is number 3 for the Cardinals. And they have a chance to get this one right back. Shots 54-16. That comes all the way down into the Cardinals' end. It'll be scooped up by Gale. Lost behind the net. And one-handed away. Here comes Malcolm. He gets upended offside. Oh no, interference. Interference will be the call. And the interesting thing is they're going to call it against Louisville. Oh, there it is on the line. So it was Morrow with the interference. Second consecutive penalty for him. 5 penalties, 10 minutes. Panthers have been assessed 3 penalties for 6.
Penalty to number 13, Cam Morrow. 2-minute minor for interference. Time of the penalty, 9:02. Morrow, 2-minute minor for interference at 9:02.
So we have 4-on-4 for another minute. And then the power play for 43 seconds for the Panthers. And that will give them their 5th, believe it or not, power play, barring any further penalties. So here's Brow, and as soon as I said that, we're going to get a penalty. It's a tripping call. Into the box, Devin Jamison. So now, power play number 4. And this is turning in to a crazy game.
Devin Jamison, 2-minute minor for tripping. Time of the penalty, 9:35.
So a power play ensues. Here's Murray. They get it up top. Work it to Nardi. He has some room. Wrap around out in front. Good defensive work by the Panthers. It's cleared. In 18 seconds, we will go 4-on-4. Racing up is Brow. Panthers on the miss hit by Nardi are able to clear. Now we're 4-on-4. In 40 seconds, it'll be a power play for Louisville, and that will be their power play number 5. The Panthers only have 4. 17 to go. Oh, now some hits along the board. Menestas, he throws St. Clair into it. 7 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Now with 9 minutes remaining in this game, 33-second power play, number 5 for the Cardinals. Puck taken away and cleared, sent all the way down. Panthers with a full line change. 20 seconds remains. Nardi left side. Across the line into Kachaslo, who makes the save. Steered to the far corner. Puck up the middle. Panthers still can't clear. Kept in by Nardi. Power play is over. Into the corner. Back behind the net, centering it up. Who has it? There was 2 there waiting for it. And the deflection comes out to center ice as it went off the stick of Robert Bird. Now under 8 minutes. Here come the Panthers. 5-on-5. Gale lost it, but a shot by Beaupre is blocked. Not by Malcolm. He has an assist in today's game, or tonight's game. Now we get knocked down at the line. Bird. Fans react to that. We are going to have a stoppage in play as Kachaslo makes the save. So right now, 54 is the most that Brzezinski has faced last season. Stopped 49 of 54 last season. So 1 away from his season high, or his career high, that is. Drive, score! Odd angle drive by Walters. It hit and bounced up over the goaltender, Brzezinski, and in the net. And Drury now has a 4-1 lead. Just low from an odd angle drive. Left face-off dot. And KT Walters with a 3rd of the season. Here in the 3rd period, Panthers turning it on a little bit. Louisville takes the timeout.
Since 1986,
This goal coming in 12:50 period. Sorry, Scott, we were supposed to go to a break, but let's just trying to catch up here. It's our first game back in a while. We'll get it all down. So, Quinn, you had mentioned stay out of the penalty box. The Panthers really didn't do that, but they got a couple of goals. So if you're the coach, what do you tell the Panthers?
I don't know. Quite hard. I mean, they're up right now. They're playing some good offense. They're not letting them have it. Louisville's not taking as many shots as they would like. I think they're doing pretty good. I think they're doing pretty good.
All right, well, so far so good.
Scored by number 19, K.T. Walters. Assisted on the play by number 29, Matthew Johnston. Time of the goal, 12:50. Walters, his second of the night, third of the season, assisted by Johnston at 12:50.
Meanwhile, another save by Brzezinski, which is now his career high. 56 shots put on him. As you heard, K.T. Walters' third of the season. All of Walters' points, 3 of them, have been goals. Matthew Johnston with his third assist, 4th point of the season. 6:32 remaining. We're going to get another penalty here. A delayed call. It goes against Louisville. Panthers get the goaltender out. They drive it down through, but it's touched up. And the third period is turning out to be, as this is a roughing call, it's turning out to be a infraction-filled portion of this hockey game. Going into the box is Helinski. Now the 5th power play for the Panthers.
Penalty to number 3, Brendan Helinski. 2-minute minor for roughing. Time of the penalty, 13:39. Helinski, 2-minute minor for roughing at 13:39.
6 penalties, 12 minutes assessed as the Panthers score. Garch, oh, they're going to wave it off. I think they're going to claim that Garcha was in the crease before the pass. Let's see if that was indeed the case. I don't know. It wasn't him. Was it Davidson, maybe? Either way, they're claiming a player in the crease.
Due to a player in the crease, the goal has been waved off.
Well, that's what it indeed was, and it looked like it was Joe Davidson. 1:41 remaining. It's still, as we're under 6 minutes left in this period, a 4-1 game for the Panthers. And they break out a 3-on-3 across the line. Davidson looking. Up top to Sadownik. Back to Davidson. Out to Walters. He shoots off the glove of Brzezinski. Davidson protects the puck. Checked by Patch. Panthers with it. Drive comes in. Glove save by Brzezinski. Makes it look easy off the shot of Sadownik. 1:12 remaining in the power play. I believe this is power play number 6. or maybe 5, and I added an extra one. Panthers with it again. Aston around the check of Bro. Up top, drive comes in, deflected as the shot by Francis Young-Menard was deflected right out in front. Good save there by Brzezinski with 57 seconds remaining in the man advantage. 5:18 to go in period 3. These same two teams tomorrow, 6 p.m. We hope you'll tune in for that. And if you want to see some bonus hockey, as we get another deflection out of play, Missouri State, they will take on the St. Louis Junior Blues. That is a 2 p.m. game tomorrow. And then if you like what you see there, a noon game on Sunday between Missouri State and St. Louis. We'll have all of those games covered if you want to tune in. Puck is cleared, sent all the way down. 41 seconds remaining. Kuchaslo off the boards. Beaupre tried to handle. Now Aston. Across the line. Now to Beaupre. Centered it up the middle. It was partially blocked. Murray able to help it out. And here with authority comes Andrew Bro. Panthers intercept. We came into this contest with Luke Aston, the leading scorer for the Panthers. He was also the leading scorer for the Panthers last season. Power play has expired. Now to 4:13. Beaupre trying to tip it in front was Haggerty. The shot from the left side by Brewer gobbled up by Brzezinski. He'll hold on. 4:08 remains in what has become a shot fest. But say all you want to say, Luke Brzezinski has been a bright spot for Louisville. 4 goals on 57 shots, stopped 53 of them. Partially fanned on drive here by Ravenstein. Behind the net, off to Ravenstein left side. He shoots in, looking for the tip in front was Horiachka. Now we get several players colliding at the blue line. Panthers will have with 3:37 remaining. Panthers work it into the zone left side. Now coming in is O'Rourke. He shoots. Oh, what a glove save by Brzezinski. O'Rourke coming down the right side, and Brzezinski right there to make the save. So a career high in shots the Panthers have put on Brzezinski. Previously, back on January 25th of 25 against Kentucky. That's when he had faced the most, 54 shots. Now it's 58. 2:54 to go. The Panthers. Goals by Walter. Horiachka has 2. KT Walters. And then Helinski on the power play for the Cardinals. At the blue line, flipped up past Beaupre. Gale sends it through off of his stick, taken away by Nardi, and it's out to center. Sent all the way down. The officials say no icing. Both teams on a change. 2:11 to go in the period. Far side. Panthers with it. Beaupre off the feed from Davidson. Broken up out in front. Panthers steal again. It touches Beaupre. That'll be offside. 1:57 remains in this period. In these same two teams tomorrow, we'll have it for you right here on Web Sports Radio. 6 p.m. Prior to that, a 2 o'clock Missouri State game. And then on Sunday, it'll be Missouri State at 12 p.m. if you would like to tune in. Drive in, and Chaslow will hold on to that. The next time Drury is at home will be Davenport. That's September 26th and 27th. Drive gets deflected up and out of play. Good stick work by the goaltender Brzezinski. Save percentages are phenomenal. Panthers 98.94, Cardinals 98.93. Jamison looking back out in front. Good deflection by Brzezinski as Walters trying to return it in front of Jamison, and it was broken up by the goaltender. We are coming down to
1 minute remaining in the third period. 1 minute remaining.
Here is Sterling Ponich. Trying to send it through. Puck behind the net. Bounces off, comes right out in front, and it'll be held on to by Brzezinski. In 45.9 seconds. That's what they say on the clock. I know, Scott, it's hard to move our clock. So we'll go to 45.6. But in that amount of time, the Panthers will move to 3-0. And Louisville 2-1. But a lot can happen in 39 seconds. We've seen it. Puck cleared and sent past Robert Bird down in with 23 remaining. Shots 59-18 in favor of Drury. And they came out big early on, 27-6. Delayed offside, 5 seconds to go. And that will do it as time will run out in period number 3. The Drury Panthers, with the win, they improved to 3-0 on the season. And the final shots, 59-18, 15 in the third period. Just 4 on Kuchaslow in period number 3. Power plays, the Cardinals were 1 for 5, and the Panthers were 0 for 6. Penalties, 6 for 12 to the Cardinals, and 5 for 10 on the Panthers. But a big win for Drury. And this is not the most they've scored all season. They had a 6-0 victory. And then a 6-2 victory against UCO last weekend. Let's head on down to Kevin Klein with the Drury Player of the Game.
2 goals this evening. Number 14, Tyson Horiatska. Great game, buddy.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
How'd it feel to get the first one in a new uniform?
It was definitely nice to get the weight off my shoulders, and we got the win, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, we have 59 shots. Their goaltender obviously stood on his head. How frustrating is it to when you guys are having shots like that and just not able to put it in the net?
I honestly don't think we were playing our best, but he definitely stood on his head, and then once we start getting net traffic, it worked out, so we just got to get to that quicker tomorrow.
How do you feel living in Springfield?
It's lots of fun. I love it.
Well, it's great to have you, buddy, and congratulations. Your Smoothie King player of the game, number 14, Tyson Horiachka!
Recapping the scoring in the first period, Walters makes it a 1-0 game at 17:42. Kozak and Young Menard with the assists, 1-0 Panthers. In the second at 4:42, Drury's Horiachka makes it a 2-0 game with his first. The assists go to Ravenstein and Brewer. It's 2-0. And then on a power play for Louisville, Helinski, his second. Malcolm with the assist, 2-1. And then in the third, the Panthers get a couple. Horiachka, his second goal of the season, second straight for him for the Panthers at 8:04. Truchon gets his first point this season in 2 games. It's 3-1. And then at 12:50, KT Walters, his third. Johnston with the assist. 4-1 is the final. And as you see, power plays, the Panthers still got to work on that as they're 0 for 6. Cardinals 1 for 5. And really, if you look at what the Cardinals have done coming into today's game, 50% on everything. 50% on the power play, 50% on the penalty kill, and they grab another power play goal here. But the key, if you want to look at it, is the fact that this was a very close game even halfway through this contest. And head coach Jeremy Law will look at this and wonder what he needs to do for tomorrow. Either way, the Cardinals stood on their head. Luke Brzezinski, once again, 59 shots, his career high, but the Panthers do come away with the victory. That is a good thing for Drury, as now they end up with a 3-0 record. That's going to do it for us here for Game 1 between these two teams at Brightspeed Ice Park, as the Panthers, as I mentioned, are 3-0 on the season. Preseason ranked number 9, and they hope to continue with that ranking and once again head into the Nationals as the season comes to a close in 2026. But once again, the Panthers with a big 4-1 victory. For Scott Lutzke, there's Scott. And for my cameraman, Quinn Van Wyck, I'm Steve Casson. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, if you want to tune in, we have another game for you at 2 p.m. tomorrow with Missouri State. Other than that, 6 o'clock tomorrow between these same two teams. Until then, we will bid you a very good night. Again, the final score, the Panthers with the victory 4-1 tonight.